This help video is for the material invoice, the 24-lined invoice. What this invoice does is from the schedule screen, it takes the input in the materials area and adds line by line for each portal record for material items that you add on the schedule material invoice input. The information that you put in at the basic top of the form in the work order will be presented on this screen when you come from that client's work order by the work order number. When you pick it or go from that client record, it'll come to this screen and show you that particular record as far as that invoice is concerned. In this case, the material invoice that we're looking at was work order 1, and the balance was 0 when we came to look at the invoice. Now, if you're going to print this invoice, the iPad using FMGo will either use a PDF format or can email the image of this actual invoice. When you go to print it, I'm going to show you what this does on the desktop version for FileMaker Pro. When you look at it, there's actually a preview, so you'll see what's on the invoice. Now, when you look at it like this, you'll go, oh, wait a minute, where's all the line items? Well, you have to follow this information here that says, when printing the invoice, do a find using the work order number before trying to print the invoice. So in this particular case, work order number 1 is the one that we want to print. So you do simply a find. You put in the invoice number or work order number that you want and say perform the find. That one will come back. And now when we do the preview, you'll see that the invoice is filled in. The same thing happens when you're on the iPad in FMGo. You have to do a search for that particular record by in the dialog saying use whatever record it is that you want as far as to show it. Then you can also email that same thing. You have the option to email the invoice or send a PDF of the invoice. It's your choice. It's also significant that on the menus here, when you hide them, that on the server, there's not going to be a way to send a PDF, but you can print to a local printer, either hooked to a computer or an air printer. If you have an air printer, you can also print from the iPad, and there's also supplemental iTunes apps that you can put on your system that allow you to modify and manage the app invoice as you want to use it. For example, if on the iPad in FMGo, if you say print, it's going to give you options with icons of other apps that are on your computer, on your iPad, that allow you to do things like sign and send or create a PDF of it and do other things with it. You can actually have an editable PDF in some cases depending on the app you want to use on your iPad. So understanding that this app using FMGo presents other options that are on the iPad based on iTunes apps that you install on your iPad. And as time goes by, it's only going to get better because more things are going to be added. Now, on the server, if you make any changes on here, you're going to have to submit the record to save those changes. Or if you do not want to save those changes, click cancel, and that will remove them from the screen and reset the screen again. If you have any questions, as always, go ahead and contact us through tech support from the support site. And you can chat with us from the support site if you have questions or send an email. Thank you.